That's awesome. Any time that we can kind of get back to the drawing board, figure out what works for us, what we need to tune up, and get guys healthy. It's a long season, and it only gets harder from here on out. So being able to have that week or two or whatever coaches map out that makes the most sense for us to kind of recharge, get back to the basics, and get ready to put our best foot forward going forward.
This isn't the first close game you guys have played, obviously Iowa, Penn State. How much did that experience in those games help you today when it was a close matchup?
I think it definitely helped us. It shows that we are battle tested, and it shows that we've been in those situations. And when we're in that situation today, we didn't flinch. We kind of knew, like, hey, we got to make a play, and somebody's going to make it. And that's a great feeling to have, being as though we've been through that before. We know that things get tough, but to keep working and keep working our way through it, and we came up on the right side of it once again.
You talked about laughing when the confetti came down, saying you've never been a part of a game like that. When that happened, who was the first guy you kind of went up to in the celebration?
Really, anybody that crossed my path, honestly, if I'm being completely honest. But the guys that I really wanted to make sure I got to first were the other running backs, because they definitely go through this with me. They sit in the meeting rooms when we're in the meeting room. They go through practice, and we're all grinding, and I'm happy for all of their success. So I went to the running backs first, the running back coach, and I found my way to the offensive linemen as well, because those guys, they did a tremendous job this whole season to this point. And they come to practice every day ready to work, and it's like it makes my job so easy. So I just love those guys, and those were the guys that I ran up to as fast as I could.
Thank you.
You've seen Ohio State a handful of times in your career. What is it about the team you're on, the group of guys you have, that makes them capable of competing with the best?
Really just the next play mentality, and the coaching and everything that we have. I feel like we have a lot of veteran leaders, veteran guys on the team that have been through some things before, and when we were in this place and in this situation, it felt different. Honestly, in the past, I would say our team will find a way to fold or find a way to lose the game, but not with this group of guys, not with this team, not with Indiana University. We're never daunted. We don't give up, and we're going to keep fighting until zero's on the clock, and we'll chalk it up as that at the end. But when you're out there with those guys, that 11 that takes the field, you have full trust, and we play for each other, and I feel like that's the difference.
I remember after the first game, you said going into that game you were emotional just about the change and everything. Could you have ever imagined how the season would have turned out, based on how you were feeling going into that first game?
Oh yeah, looking back, I always thought that we could get here. Obviously being a part of something like this, being a part of a great group, and knowing that we have all the tools to make it happen. I had faith from the beginning, but it's just a real moment being in this position. So like I said, first week I was a little emotional again today, just waking up being in this position, because I always dreamt of being in the conference championship game, let alone the Big Ten championship game, because I always say I love this conference. So waking up this morning and being in awe that I was in the situation, getting to see the fans, getting to see the atmosphere, and ultimately getting to come up on the winning side of things, it feels really great. And I'm so glad that God has blessed me with the gifts and things that He's given me.
I know that he'd never want to take the credit all for himself, but do you think Fernando should be the Heisman?
Oh yeah, I feel like it's 100% certain that he should be the Heisman. Just the resiliency, the poise that he has, and the way that he commands us as an offense, as a team. Really, I feel like he's more than deserving of that. And he's as humble as they come. He never really wants the spotlight to be on himself, and I feel like that's even more of a reason for you to want a guy like that to be your Heisman or be your best player in college football, because he truly is, and that's just the man that he is.
Yeah, when you're in the huddle, how much faith do you guys have in him to deliver in those big moments the way he did multiple times tonight?
We have a lot of faith in him. He's been through this before. We've seen him bounce back from mistakes that we've made, that he's made, that the defense may have given up on the other end, and he has that next play mentality that where when he comes into the huddle and he calls the play, everybody knows, like, hey, we have a chance to do something special here. And he can keep us level-headed. Him and a guy like Pat Coogan as well. Those leaders on the offense, they really keep us level-headed. And when you got a guy like Fernando that can throw the ball all over the field, he can run with his legs, and he does what he needs to do to win. You have the utmost confidence.
You were saying earlier that you guys in Ohio State, you're both throwing blows against each other. Was there a moment where you felt like it started to turn for you guys in a positive way?
Yeah, I feel like kind of in the third quarter, you know, our defense came out and got a stop right away, and we were able to run down the field and put a score in really quickly. I think that's when the tide kind of turned. You know, in the locker room during halftime, we were down 6-10. And Coach Sig basically said that we're going to win this game. We're going to find a way to win this game, and we need to ride that momentum wave coming out of the third quarter. And, you know, when the defense got the ball back for us really quickly and, you know, we were able to go down and score, I kind of seen the momentum shift from there on, and it was like, hey, we're going to win this game. We just got to find a way, and we know it's not going to be easy. We know we're going to go through adversity down the stretch, but we're going to find a way, and I feel like that was kind of the turning point.
Did you hear people doubting you guys this week, or did you as a team kind of keep that noise out?
We definitely tried to keep the noise out as much as possible. I know for myself personally, I tried to step back from social media as much as I could. You know, I did see a few things, but we really don't get into that, honestly. We don't really want to concern ourselves with the outside noise just because we know what goes on inside of our building. So, you know, Coach Cicconetti, he did a great job preaching the message to us during the week that we're going to go out there and do what we have to do to win the game. And it's not going to be because, you know, anybody said otherwise or anybody said that we would win. We got to go out there and put 150 plays together to win the game. So we kind of had a mission-centered focus, and we kind of let the outside clutter be the outside clutter. But, you know, now that we won the game, we'll definitely look back and see how we can build confidence and move forward.
You got like 25 days now. Like, does Sig give you a couple extra days to enjoy this, or 24 hours still?
We'll see how the schedule falls. I think it'll be 24 hours, and we'll kind of go from there. But, you know, we have a great group of guys that go to work every day and try to get better. So if we got practice tomorrow, I bet you everybody will be there with a positive mindset. And I think that that's what sets this group apart from the other teams that, you know, I've been a part of or that I've seen.
Thanks, Roman.
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
One more from